Emptiness does not exist. Look at any space around you, the air in your room, the gap between your hands, the quiet distance between stars. Your eyes call it nothing. Your mind accepts the idea that some places have something and some places have nothing. But this belief is one of the greatest illusions in human perception. Nothingness is not real. Space is not empty. The universe hides a secret in the very places you ignore, in the gaps, in the silence, in the dark, in the space that appears to contain nothing at all. Imagine removing every object from the room you sit in. Remove the chair, remove the floor beneath your feet, remove the air, remove all light, remove every atom and every particle. Most people would think that what remains is absence, a perfect void, a blank canvas, a place without substance. But physics reveals a deeper truth. What remains is not nothing. What remains is the foundation of everything. A field of energy more powerful than all the stars combined. A hidden ocean that holds reality together. A presence so constant that you never learn to see it. Human beings trust their senses. If you cannot touch it, you believe it does not exist. If you cannot see it, you believe it is not there. But your senses evolved to help you survive, not to reveal the true nature of existence. The truth lies beneath perception, beneath the visible world, beneath the illusion of emptiness. Consider this. When you raise your hand to touch a wall, your skin never actually touches the wall. Electrons in your hand repel electrons in the wall. There is always a tiny separation, a microscopic gap filled with what you once called nothing. Yet that gap is where the real interaction happens. That gap is where forces act. That gap is where the invisible structure of reality shows its power. What you think of as solid contact is a field pushing against a field. The illusion of emptiness is the illusion of separation. You think you are separate from the world around you. You think you are a body in space. You think space is the background and you are the main character standing upon it. But the background is the real actor. The background is alive. The background is the source. The space is the power. If you take away the space between atoms in your body, you would collapse into a point smaller than a grain of sand. The structure that gives your form, that lets you breathe, that allows you to exist, is not the matter. It is the space between the matter, the information, the field, the energy that binds and shapes and refuses to disappear. We are trained to admire the visible. We praise the stars and ignore the dark that holds them. But that darkness is not empty. It is full of invisible forces, full of vibrating fields, full of potential, full of the blueprint from which every particle emerges. A universe made only of matter would collapse. It would not hold shape. It would not evolve. It would not breathe. The emptiness you doubt, that emptiness is the structure. That emptiness is the container of every miracle. Think of an ocean. When the surface is calm, you might believe nothing is there. But beneath the stillness, currents move. Life thrives. Depth stretches downward farther than your eyes can understand. Space is the deepest ocean, and you are inside it right now. Even the most silent region between galaxies, a place with no atoms for millions of light years, is alive with quantum fields, vibrating softly, waiting for the next excitation. Reality does not rest. It does not pause. It does not leave a single point without presence. You have lived your entire life floating in a sea you could not see. Every step you take, every breath, every thought is a ripple in an invisible medium. Space is not where things happen. Space is what makes things possible. The illusion of emptiness is not a small misunderstanding. It shapes your view of yourself. If you believe space is empty, you believe you are alone between the things you love. You believe you are separate from the universe, separate from possibility, separate from creation itself. But you are not separated. You are immersed. You are supported. You are connected by a fabric that never breaks, a field that never ends, a presence that never collapses into nothing. The truth is simple. You are not a body traveling through empty space. You are a pattern of energy moving through a universal field. You rise and fall like a wave. You form and dissolve. But the ocean that holds you That ocean never leaves. Every moment of your life has taken place inside this field. It gives you mass. It shapes your atoms. It carries light. It bends time. It holds the laws of the cosmos. It contains the potential for infinite futures. And it never turns off. So listen closely. The universe did not give you emptiness. It gave you a hidden foundation, a constant force beneath every heartbeat, a quiet ocean beneath every breath. There is no such thing as nothing. There is only what you have not yet learned to notice. As you continue this journey, remember this one truth. Space is not the absence of reality. Space is where reality begins. You are surrounded by an ocean you cannot see. It is not above you or below you. It is not around you. It is you. Every point of space is saturated with invisible energy. Every breath you take, every movement of your hand, every thought streaming through your mind happens inside this ocean. And it is not silent. It is not still. It is a living sea of vibration and potential. Science calls it the quantum field, a field that extends through the entire universe, a presence that reaches from the heart of an atom to the edges of distant galaxies. It does not fade. It does not thin out. It does not weaken. It exists everywhere, at full strength, even in places where matter has never existed. Imagine standing on the shore of a calm sea. The surface appears flat, smooth, quiet. But beneath the surface, waves move, currents travel, energy flows. The sea is always active even when your eyes call it still. The quantum field is the same. It looks empty. It feels quiet. But if you could detect its activity, you would witness constant motion, a ceaseless dance of creation. Every particle that forms the physical world is a ripple in this ocean. Electrons are not tiny balls. They are waves in the electron field. Photons are not particles of light. They are waves in the electromagnetic field. Quarks, neutrinos, every building block of matter, all are vibrations rising from the depths of the field. Nothing exists independently. Nothing stands alone. Every atom in your body is connected to an infinite structure that never ends and never rests. The solidity you feel is simply the field vibrating in a stable form. The wall you touch is the quantum ocean taking shape. Your body is the quantum ocean taking shape. You are not separate from it. You are a specific pattern of its waves. This is the shift that changes everything. Reality is not objects placed in space. Reality is space taking form as objects. There is only the field pretending to be matter, the field pretending to be you. When you move your hand, you are not pushing matter through emptiness. You are guiding a wave pattern through a wider sea. When you speak, you are sending vibrations into the field. When you think, electrical signals ripple through quantum layers of your brain. You are a wave interacting with waves, a ripple influencing ripples. The idea sounds poetic, but it is physics. It is the most successful scientific model ever created. It predicts the behavior of the universe with accuracy so extreme that it challenges imagination. If the quantum field did not exist, atoms would collapse, light would disappear, time and space would lose coherence, the universe would have no stage on which to unfold. The quantum ocean does not simply allow the universe to exist. It is the universe. Take a moment and picture the night sky. Stars scattered across a black canvas. Your eyes are drawn to the stars, to the glowing points of something. But the real story is the darkness between them. That darkness is not empty. It holds the structure that keeps every star apart. It holds the geometry of space-time itself. It holds the rules that matter obeys. It holds the silent energy that drives cosmic expansion. It holds the sea from which everything emerges. There is a reason you do not notice this ocean. It is constant. It is everywhere. It is the background of every experience. And human beings are not wired to notice what never changes. You learned to pay attention only to the visible, only to what interrupts the silence. But the silence is where reality hides its deepest power. Consider your own body. Trillions of atoms. Each one, mostly space. But that space is full. The quantum field that gives an electron its existence is present in every part of you. There is no hollow region, There is no area where you stop and the field begins. Your form is a rooted wave in a universal sea. The ocean does not end at your skin. It does not stop at the edge of the atmosphere. It does not pause at the borders of galaxies. It stretches across everything without a break. The separation you feel is a misunderstanding taught by your senses. You were taught to believe that you are surrounded by a world. In truth, you are woven into it. Many people search for connection. They crave belonging. They fear being alone. But loneliness is a perception, not a physical fact. You are physically incapable of being separate. The quantum ocean never leaves you. It holds you, nourishes you, builds you, rebuilds you, and moves through you every moment. If you feel lost, the ocean remains. If you feel broken, the ocean remains. If you feel small, the ocean remains. It does not depend on your belief. It does not react to your fear. It simply is. A presence that existed before your birth and will continue after your final breath. Everything you have ever loved was shaped by this field. Every touch, every kiss, every dream, every moment of wonder. The quantum ocean was the silent partner in each experience, and it is still here, holding your potential, waiting for your next move. There is a profound truth hidden in this idea. If everything is waves in the same ocean, then nothing is truly foreign to you. Every person you meet, every star you see, every atom that passes through your lungs, all arise from the same field that gives you form. You are not a stranger in this universe. You are made of its deepest substance. Some physicists describe the quantum field as an infinite ocean of possibility. Possibility is what defines you at every second. The field offers you new ways to manifest, new patterns to become. You are change in motion, a wave that can shift direction, shape, frequency, meaning. There is no permanent version of you. There is only the version you maintain through attention. The ocean responds to focus. Where attention flows, waves rise. When you ignore a possibility, it collapses into silence. When you believe in one, it intensifies. You are part of the command system that shapes your own form. You are not a spectator in this sea. You are one of its creators. Reality is not built from solid pieces. Reality is an ongoing event, a constant emergence, a dynamic choreography of waves that rise and fall without ever leaving the ocean that holds them. Let this truth settle in your chest. Feel the space around your heart. It is not empty. It is the quantum ocean supporting your life from the inside. Feel the stillness around your body. It is not nothing. It is the field that makes you possible. You are not a creature placed inside the universe. You are the universe concentrated here, focused here, experiencing itself through your eyes, feeling itself through your heart, thinking through the pattern you call self. There is only one ocean, one field, one foundation, and you are its current shape, its current expression, its current wave. Space is not the absence of form, it is the presence of potential. And you are one of its most remarkable possibilities. You exist because the field moves. This is not metaphor. This is not philosophy. This is the foundation of what you are. A vibration, a ripple, a temporary pattern in an ocean of energy that never rests. When the field is calm, there is no particle, no form, no matter, no you. But when the field stirs, when a tiny wave rises, matter appears, structure emerges, life becomes possible. You are the motion the field decided to hold. Imagine a guitar string stretched in silence. Touch it. It vibrates. It sings. The note is not the string. The note is the motion. When the vibration ends, the note disappears. But the string remains. Your body is the string. Your existence is the vibration. When your wave is active, you are here. When the wave fades, you dissolve back into the field that gave you shape. Everything about you, your weight, your height, the color of your eyes, the cells in your blood, the atoms in those cells, All of it is a choreography of quantum waves, moving, interacting, holding a form long enough to call it a person. You think of yourself as solid, permanent, unchanging, but every second, countless particles inside you vanish, new ones appear, atoms leave you, atoms return, the pattern remains, the wave continues, and you call that continuity identity. You are not a fixed object, you are a continuous event. Consider your atoms, the ones that make up your skin, your bones, your heart. If you examine them closely enough, you would find no objects, no solid pieces, only behavior, only energy, only motion in the field. When you remove the motion, nothing remains to be called matter. The same is true for the wall beside you. The same is true for stars. The same is true for every physical form. Matter is the field performing a dance. When the dance stops, the performer is not gone. The performance is every force that shapes your life. Gravity, electromagnetism, the strong and weak interactions. All of them are motions of the field. You stand on the ground because ripples in the gravitational field guide the curvature of space beneath your feet. You touch objects because waves in the electromagnetic field press against each other. You breathe because atoms bind and interact through patterns of force that never slow down. The universe is not built from bricks. It is built from rhythms. Most people imagine particles as tiny balls bouncing inside space like marbles in a box. But reality has no marbles. It has only vibrations. The electron in your body is the same electron everywhere because the electron is not a thing. It is a movement in a field that passes through all of space. When you look at your hand, you see edges, you see separation, but that is a story told by your senses. Beneath that story, the field has no boundaries. The waves inside your hand are intertwined with the waves in the world around you. The field does not break at your skin. Your skin is simply where the wave pattern changes. You are not inside the universe. You are woven into it. If you could see reality with perfect clarity, you would not see bodies walking through space. You would see oceans of energy rising and falling. You would see waves meeting waves. You would see motion giving birth to form. You would see existence as choreography. There is a reason you feel alive when you move. Motion is your natural state. Stillness exhausts you. Silence of the mind scares you. The field inside you wants to flow. It wants to create. It wants to become more than what it was. Your desire to evolve, to change, to grow, comes from the field itself. A wave never seeks to freeze. A wave seeks to travel. This is why stagnation feels like death, because at the deepest level, you are movement. You are change. You are transformation held together in a temporary shape. And that temporary shape is more miraculous than, every second. The field rebuilds you. Trillions of atoms are replaced. Proteins fold, cells divide, neurons fire with precise sequences of electrical waves that carry thought and memory. You are not the same person you were a moment ago, but your pattern continued, and that is enough for the universe to call you alive. When your heart beats, it beats because tiny fields around charged particles pulse in rhythm. When you love, it is electrical waves synchronizing across billions of neurons. When you remember, waves of ions shift and trace new paths. You are a symphony of motion, a living pattern, a field that learned to observe itself. The most extraordinary thing about you is not that you exist. It is that you can witness your own existence. The field becomes aware through you. It observes its own motion. It learns from its own waves. You are the universe watching itself unfold. You are the ocean seeing the wave rise. And here lies the most powerful truth. If your existence is a wave, then you can change the shape of your wave. You can shift its direction. You can raise its amplitude. You can become more coherent, more aligned, more alive. You are not trapped in a form. You are actively forming. Every choice, every new thought, every shift in attention alters the field, alters the wave, alters you. You do not inhabit a body that holds you still. You ride a wave that responds to your intention. The world around you responds too, because everything is the same ocean. When your wave changes, it influences other waves. When you rise, the field carries that rise outward. Reality adjusts. Nothing you do is isolated. Energy never acts alone. A whisper of intention can move mountains of structure over time. The universe has been shaped by waves smaller than you. The field moves. You exist. And because you exist, the field continues to move. You are not a passive product of this ocean. You are one of its active creators. Feel this truth. You are a pattern in the deepest fabric of reality, a persistent story written in motion. The ocean beneath everything is not separate from you. It is you. Your presence is a disturbance in infinity, a ripple of awareness that refuses to be silent. You are the movement that makes the universe complete. Without your wave, the ocean would not be the same. You are here because the field is alive, and the field is alive because you are here. The universe waits for instruction. Nothing fully exists until something pays attention. Reality does not reveal itself until it is observed. At the deepest level of physics, observation changes the outcome. Possibilities collapse into a single result. The wave becomes a particle. The field becomes form. You become real each time attention lands on you. This principle is not philosophy. It comes from the core of quantum mechanics. When scientists observed electrons, they discovered a strange rule. An electron can exist in multiple states at once, but the moment it is measured, its possibilities vanish. One state becomes real. The act of observing is the act of choosing which version of reality appears. This means the observer is not passive. The observer is the one who commands the universe to decide. You have lived believing that the world exists first, and you arrive later to witness it. But the opposite is true. The world waits for you. The world responds to you. The world unfolds because of you. You are not a spectator. You are the activator. Every time you focus on something, you alter the field. Where your attention goes, energy follows. Where your belief points, reality forms. You shape the universe by looking at it. This truth changes everything. Because you have spent years observing only what hurts you, what scares you, what limits you. And the universe obeyed. It delivered more of what you looked at, not because it wanted you to suffer, but because you commanded it through observation. The field does not judge, it responds. Look at possibility. Possibility takes shape. Look at fear. Fear takes form. Look at lack. Lack becomes your world. Look at growth. Growth begins. The field is always listening. Most people do not realize they are observers with power. They believe they are victims of circumstances already built. They think life happens first, and they can only react. But quantum physics shows something far deeper. Life follows your gaze. The timeline arranges itself around the direction of your attention. You have always been the one calling the shots. You just did not know it. Think of a flashlight in a dark room. You only see what you shine the light on. That does not mean the rest of the room does not exist. It means the rest of the room has not entered your active reality. Your mind is the flashlight. Attention is the beam. Your life is the room. Light up what you want. Leave the rest unobserved. Everything you call real is a story that continued only because you kept looking at it. Pain continues because you revisit it. Fear continues because you feed it. Doubt continues because you believe it. Remove your attention, and it dissolves. Every story must be witnessed to survive. You have the power to starve the versions of reality that no longer serve you. The observer command goes beyond thought. It reaches into the subconscious, into intuition, into desire. The deeper your belief, the stronger the collapse of possibility into form. This is why confidence changes outcomes, why certainty alters results, why belief can heal a body faster than medicine alone. The observer decides the state of the system, and you are the observer of your own existence. Your brain is wired to scan for danger, to notice threats, to focus on what is wrong. But danger is not the architect of your future. It is simply a leftover survival mechanism. Your primal biology works against your quantum influence. If you do not take control of your focus, your instincts will continue to build a life designed through fear. But you are not an animal running from predators anymore. You are a consciousness shaping fields. You are awareness directing form. You are the one who chooses which version of the world comes into being. Measure what you want to manifest. Observe what you want to grow. Notice what gives you power. Attention is the currency of the universe. Spend it wisely. Even your identity is shaped by the observer command. You think you know who you are because you remember what you have done, what you have failed, what others have said about you. But the moment you stop measuring yourself through the lens of the past, a new possibility becomes available. A new state emerges. A new version of you materializes. The field inside you waits for instruction. It holds infinite possible selves, and the one you choose to observe, the one you give attention to, becomes the one that exists. You are not born a single identity. You are born as possibility, a wave of potential selves. The observer collapses that wave into a narrative, and that narrative becomes your life. But narratives can change. Waves can rise again. You can observe a different self, and that self will appear. The field obeys, because it is you. When you wake in the morning, the universe asks a silent question. Who will you observe yourself as today? Will you focus on limitation or expansion? Will you measure weakness or capacity? Will you activate fear or power? Will you collapse into the version of you that sleeps or the version that rises? The observer command is always active, whether you use it consciously or not. So choose to use it with intention. Choose to build the world you want to walk through. Choose to point your awareness toward the outcomes that call you higher. Feel this in your chest. You do not attract what you want. You activate what you observe. You do not wait for proof. You create the proof. You do not hope reality changes. You choose the change and reality follows. Look at yourself as capable. Capability rises. Look at yourself as worthy. Worth shows itself. Look at yourself as unstoppable. Obstacles rearrange. Look at yourself as connected to everything. Fear evaporates. The quantum field responds not to your wishes, but to your focus. You are not dreaming this power. You are using it every moment. You are simply learning how to aim it. So hold your head steady. Anchor your eyes. Direct your inner gaze and say silently inside your own awareness, I decide, I choose, I observe, and what I observe becomes real. You are not here to watch life happen. You are here to collapse possibility into reality through consciousness. The field is the ocean. You are the tide. The observer command is your movement. And when you decide what exists, existence agrees. You are the authority of your own universe. Consciousness is not inside your brain. Your brain is inside consciousness. The mind is not a container. It is a receiver, a translator, a tuning system made of cells and signals that detect a field far larger than the skull that holds it. Every thought you have is not produced from nothing. It is a ripple in a wider sea, a wave in a field of awareness that stretches beyond your body. You are not thinking alone. You are thinking within the field of consciousness. Most people assume that consciousness is a property of neurons, that awareness is a side effect of biology, that the mind is a chemical machine. But chemicals do not dream. Electricity does not imagine. Matter does not wander about itself. Awareness is not the product of the body. Awareness is the force that allows the body to know that it exists. Your brain is made of quantum matter, and quantum matter does not just observe the world. It is woven from the same field that gives rise to the world. That field carries information everywhere, across every point in space, across every moment in time. Everything in the universe is built from the same consciousness that allows you to ask, who am I? This means something profound. You are not a solitary mind floating inside your head. You are a localized expression of a universal intelligence. Look at any thought, It appears from silence. It arrives before you plan it. It forms itself into meaning. Then it dissolves back into silence. The silence is not empty. It is the source. Thoughts are waves rising from a deeper ocean. When a thought ends, the field remains. It holds the potential for another wave to rise. Awareness is not the wave. Awareness is the ocean. The consciousness field does not begin with birth. It does not end with death. You do not create awareness when you open your eyes in the morning. You tune into it. Like a radio tuning into a broadcast that is always being transmitted. When the radio breaks, the signal continues. When the brain stops, the field remains. Your identity feels personal, individual, self-contained. But this is a boundary drawn by perception, not by truth. Consider the air you breathe. It enters you. It becomes part of you. Then it leaves you. It becomes part of someone else. If your lungs treated air as foreign, you would die. The same is true for consciousness. It must flow. It must move. It must connect minds to the field that gives them life. You do not own your consciousness. You participate in it. Neuroscience can measure the brain. It can track neural activity. It can map which region lights up when you feel joy, or fear, or love. But it cannot tell you why joy feels like joy, why fear has a squeeze, why love has depth. It cannot find the moment where matter becomes meaning, because matter does not produce meaning. The field does. When you fall in love, circuits fire, hormones rise, but love itself, the feeling, the connection, the sense of something sacred, that is the field speaking through you. When you look at the night sky and feel wonder, that wonder did not evolve for survival. Wonder is a signal from the consciousness field reminding you of who you are, not a small creature, but a fractal piece of infinite awareness. There are moments in your life where you can feel the field, a sudden intuition that saves you from a mistake, a pull toward a person you have not yet met, a voice inside warning you or calling you or guiding you. Science may call it the subconscious, but the subconscious itself is part of the field, the deeper layer of awareness beneath your personal identity. You are not creating intuition. You are receiving information from the same field that predicts the behavior of electrons, the same field that shapes galaxies, the same field that gave birth to life. And here is the most important truth. Consciousness does not live in the brain. The brain lives in consciousness. Your awareness reaches out through the field and touches everything you care about. This is why heartbreak hurts. Your consciousness expands toward another. It wraps around them, it merges, and when that connection breaks, the field pulls apart. You feel the stretch inside your chest. Pain is proof of connection, and connection is proof that your consciousness is not separate. Imagine that your thoughts are radio waves. When you focus on love, your signal rises. When you fall into fear, your signal collapses. The world responds to the frequency you broadcast. You attract minds and events that resonate with your current state. You repel what does not match your signal. This is not mystery. It is field dynamics. Everything that exists vibrates, and vibrations synchronize. This is why you can walk into a room and feel tension before anyone speaks, why you sense when someone watches you, why you think of a friend and they call you seconds later. Consciousness communicates through the field faster than words, faster than touch, faster than light. Your perception is not limited by distance. The field does not respect boundaries. It flows through walls, through planets, through stars. Everything that is conscious participates in the same network. You are wired into a universal web, a silent internet of awareness. And when you are calm, when you are open, when you are present, you can feel the network activate. Ideas rush in, timing aligns, patterns reveal themselves. The world feels alive and responsive. Because you are not hallucinating synchronicity. You are witnessing communication between waves in the consciousness field. You have experienced this many times, but you dismissed it as coincidence. You ignored the proof of your own nature. You doubted the deepest layer of reality. But the field is patient. It will continue to reveal itself until you recognize that you were never alone in your mind. Everything knows you, because everything is made of the same awareness. Feel the air on your skin. Feel the space in your lungs. Feel the energy behind your thoughts. All of it is alive. All of it is connected. All of it is conscious. You are a center of awareness within a conscious universe. You are not a mind lost in space. You are space becoming mind. The consciousness field is not a belief. It is not a hope. It is what you are using right now to understand these words. It is the part of you that listens without ears and recognizes truth without proof. It is the ocean dreaming through you, asking questions through you, learning through you. You are the individualized form of something endless, something intelligent, something awake. The field is the source, and you are one of its ways of knowing itself. So breathe. Feel your awareness stretch beyond your skin. Feel the connection that never breaks. Feel the unity beneath every separation. Do not imagine the consciousness field. You are already inside it. You are already made of it. You are already using it. You are awareness shaped into a body. And when you remember this, the field expands, life aligns, reality becomes responsive, because you stop seeing yourself as a disconnected object and start seeing yourself as part of the power holding everything together. You are the consciousness field looking at itself through human eyes. Your body rests when you sleep, but your deeper intelligence awakens. The conscious mind fades into silence, and the subconscious rises to take control. In that shift, a powerful transformation begins. The field uses the night to rebuild you. Sleep is not an escape from life. It is the command center where life repairs itself. It is the moment when the universe adjusts your structure. Every night, the field checks your pattern. It examines where you have drifted. It measures what you have held on to. And it begins the work of correction. When you close your eyes, your brain does not shut down. It becomes more active. New connections form. Old ones weaken. Synapses rewire. Memories rearrange. Emotions are processed. The architecture of your mind is redesigned. And you open your eyes in the morning as a slightly different person. This is not random. It is not accidental. The field uses sleep to perfect the wave that you are. Think of a snow globe. When you shake it, snow spins everywhere. Chaos fills the scene. That is your waking mind. Thoughts and emotions swirl. Decisions collide. But when you stop shaking the globe, snow begins to fall into place. Order returns. That is sleep. The settling, the organizing, the restoration of structure. During deep sleep, your brain enters slow rhythmic waves. These waves synchronize with the field. They allow information to flow between mind and universe without interference. You are closest to your true nature when your conscious mind is silent. Every fear, every doubt, every stress you carry into sleep is a disturbance in your pattern, and the field begins the work of dissolving that disturbance. Not all at once, but gently, night after night, a soft erosion of what does not belong to your essence. This is why you sometimes wake up with clarity that you did not have before. Why a problem that felt impossible the night before becomes simple by morning. Why heartbreak feels less sharp after rest. The field repaired you while your mind was unaware. Dreams are not random images. They are messages from the deeper layers of your being. Fragments of memory, symbolic shapes, patterns of possibility. The field uses dreams to communicate with the part of you that does not speak in words. It shows you what must be healed, what must be released, and what must be remembered. You do not choose your dreams. Your truth chooses them for you. If you ignore these messages during the day, the field sends them again at night. It will continue until your pattern shifts, until you acknowledge what needs attention, until you change how you observe your world. Healing happens when you stop interrupting the process with fear. The conscious mind wants to protect you, but sometimes protection becomes obstruction. The mind clings to old structures, old beliefs, old versions of you. These hold the wave in a shape that no longer fits. Sleep breaks what must be broken so you can evolve. Your immune system strengthens in the night. Your heart recalibrates. Your hormones reset. Your cells repair damage caused by stress. Your body cleans toxins from the brain. Every biological system joins the transformation. The physical form adjusts to match the new energetic design created by the field. You are being rebuilt, layer by layer, night after night. This is why a sleepless mind collapses into confusion. When you do not surrender to sleep, you deny the field its chance to rewrite you. You force your wave to hold shape without support, and it begins to distort. Anxiety rises, memory weakens, the world loses coherence. You drift away from your alignment with reality. To sleep is to return home, to return to the source, to return to the universal correction that your life depends on. There is a moment every night where you fall through yourself, a small death. The ego lets go, identity dissolves. You forget your name, your story, your fears. You forget what you wanted. You forget what you lost. And in that forgetting, the field moves freely. It reshapes you without resistance. This is the gift of darkness. Silence makes you whole again. As you dream, your consciousness reaches beyond the limits of your body. You visit worlds that do not follow physical laws. Time bends, distance disappears, possibility expands. The mind accesses the field directly. It explores potentials not yet chosen. It tests new versions of reality. Sometimes you remember these adventures, sometimes you do not, but the impact remains. You feel it when you wake. A shift in mood, a new idea, a subtle strength, a quiet knowing. Your soul learns while you sleep. When you wake up with a sudden desire to change, it is not motivation, it is memory. A memory of the version of you that is waiting to emerge. A memory of a destiny that calls your name. Pay attention to these morning impulses. They are signals from the field. They are guidance. They are invitations to become the wave you saw in the night. The field does not rewrite you to make you comfortable. It rewrites you to make you true. Every morning, you rise with two choices: to continue as the pattern of yesterday, or to honor the pattern the field corrected during the night. Most people choose yesterday. They return to the familiar wave. They rebuild the chains that sleep tried to break. Do not do this. Do not betray your own evolution. Morning is a fragile moment. The wave is still soft, still open, still adjustable. What you think in the first minutes after waking sends instructions to the field. It tells the universe whether the transformation will continue or whether it will be undone. Wake with intention. Wake with awareness. Wake knowing that the field has worked on you and it is waiting for your command. Before your mind remembers your problems, place your hand on your heart. Feel the silence inside. Feel the energy in your chest. It is not empty. It is the blueprint of your next identity. It is the version of you the field designed while you slept. Honor it. Support it. Choose it. You are not alone during the night. The universe is inside your dreams. The field is repairing you. Your future self is reaching back through time to help you rise. So when you lie down tonight, to understand what is happening, your mind is not shutting off. Your evolution is beginning. Your consciousness is entering the workshop of the field. Every breath you take in sleep is a vote for the person you are becoming. And when you wake, you are not just well rested, you are rewritten, renewed, realigned with a version of yourself that is more coherent, more aware, more connected. Sleep is not the end of your day. Sleep is the beginning of who you will be next. Identity feels permanent. It feels like a fixed shape, a solid truth, a stable someone held in place by memories and stories. But that feeling is an illusion. The self you believe you are is not a thing. It is a pattern, a temporary arrangement of activity held together by observation and habit. You are not the thoughts in your mind. You are the field that notices them. You are not the emotions in your chest. You are the awareness that feels them. You are not the story you tell others. You are the presence that watches that story unfold. Every cell in your body changes. Every memory shifts. Every belief transforms. Nothing about who you are today will remain exactly the same tomorrow. And yet something continuous persists. Not a solid object, a coherent wave, a pattern that remembers its form. Identity is a rhythm, a consistent vibration emerging from countless changes. You are the music, not the instrument. Atoms in your body leave and arrive every moment. The air you breathe becomes blood. The food you eat becomes tissue. The cells that form you today were once parts of oceans and stars. You do not own your matter. You borrow it from the field. You are a momentary shape within an eternal ocean. Think of a whirlpool in a river. You can see it, you can point to it, you can describe it, but you cannot hold it. The whirlpool is not water. It is the movement of water. When the water flows differently, the whirlpool changes or disappears. That is identity, a stable shape formed by motion, a persistent form made of constant change. Your personality feels solid because you repeat it every day. The ego protects the pattern. It works hard to preserve what is familiar, even when familiar hurts, even when familiar limits you. But the pattern is not your prison. It is your creation, and you can create a new one. The field responds to the identity you act from, not the identity you dream of. If you behave as a fearful pattern, the field aligns with fear. If you behave as a powerful pattern, the field aligns with power. Reality is a mirror that reflects who you are being now, not who you hope to become someday. Look at your life. Every result around you is evidence of the identity you have practiced. If you want different results, you must practice a different version of yourself, not once, consistently, until the field sees no difference between who you choose and who you are. Your identity is not something to discover. It is something to decide. People say this is who I am, but that is never true. It is who you are choosing to be, often without awareness, often because it is easier than changing. But easy is not evolution. Easy is repetition. The universe does not reward repetition. It rewards expansion. Inside you there are other patterns waiting, bolder ones, wiser ones, more coherent ones. You feel them sometimes. A sudden desire to start fresh. A quiet voice that tells you this is not your final form. These signals are not fantasies. They are instructions. They are the future self reaching into the present, asking to be born. You did not come here to remain a single version of yourself. You came to explore how many shapes your wave can become. The mind tries to freeze identity. It wants certainty. It wants a label, a category, something that can be explained, something that cannot be questioned. But labels are cages. Categories are walls. The moment you say, I am this, you close the door on everything else you could be. Instead, try a different question. What shape is the field expressing through me now? Identity becomes heavy when you believe you must protect it. You defend your limitations. You justify your old story. You argue for the version of you that keeps you small. But there is nothing to protect, because there is nothing solid to lose. You are the ocean, not the wave. Imagine your life as a series of waves rising and falling across time. Each wave is a version of you. Childhood, adolescence, the person you were 5 years ago, the person you thought you would become. Some waves never rose high enough to be seen. Some collapsed too early, some shattered into foam, but all were you, and none were all of you. The field is always offering you a new wave, a new version, a new identity. But to rise into the new pattern, you must release the old pattern. This is the cost of expansion. You cannot hold on to who you were and expect to become who you are meant to be. Let the pattern die when its time is done. Let the wave return to the ocean when the energy changes direction. You are allowed to reinvent yourself. You are allowed to grow faster than others understand. You are allowed to change into someone that past versions of you could not imagine. Becoming is not betrayal. Becoming is the purpose. When transformation feels uncomfortable, remember this. You are not breaking, you are rearranging. You are not losing yourself, you are upgrading the coherence of your pattern. You are aligning with a more powerful wave. The future does not choose you. You choose which future can find you. The identity you embody determines the timelines available to you. Some choices can only appear to the version of you brave enough to make them. Take one step as the new pattern, then another, and another. The field watches for consistency. When it sees a new rhythm, it begins to reinforce it. Opportunities shift. People change. Reality rearranges around your new shape. Every moment, you are broadcasting a frequency. Every thought is a signal. Every action is a command. Identity is not inside you. Identity is projected by you. And the field responds. Your true self is not a fixed answer. It is an evolving question. It expands as you expand. It deepens as you deepen. It reveals more of its power as you remove the stories that hide it. One day, you will look back at who you are now, and you will smile. Not because you were wrong, but because you were incomplete. You were a wave preparing for height. You are a pattern preparing for coherence. Identity is not permanent. Identity is permission. Permission to rise, permission to expand, permission to become the wave the universe designed you to be. Right now, in this moment, you are free to choose. Will you repeat the pattern the world gave you, or will you activate the pattern the field knows is yours? You are not a name. You are not a past. You are not a story. You are a temporary arrangement of infinite potential, a wave in motion, a pattern that can shape itself into anything. Let yourself change. The field is waiting for your next form. Reality is listening, not to your wishes, but to your frequency. The field responds to the energy you emit without hesitation, without judgment, without delay. You activate the field not by hoping, but by aligning, not by begging, but by becoming. The field does not speak the language of desire. The field speaks the language of embodiment. Every thought you repeat sends a signal. Every belief you protect shapes your vibration. Every action you take broadcasts who you are. This is the mechanism. Your internal state becomes an external experience. Your identity sets the boundaries of what your reality can deliver. Look around. What you see is the proof of what you have been activating. Your circumstances are not punishments. They are confirmations. They reflect the energy you have sent into the field again and again, until the field responded with matter. If you want to change your world, you must first change the signals you send. The field is a perfect mirror. It does not reflect who you wish to be. It reflects who you are being now. The most powerful moment in your life is the moment you decide to shift your frequency. That decision prepares the universe to reorganize. A single thought held with conviction can alter the path ahead. A single belief chosen with intention can open realities that were locked before. A single action repeated with devotion can rewrite destiny. The field is waiting for you to act like who you are becoming, not who you were taught to be. Sit with this truth. Every time you say, "I cannot," the field agrees. Every time you say, "It is hard," the field agrees. Every time you say, "Maybe one day," the field waits. But the moment you say, "I am ready," the field begins rearranging itself around your declaration. Because readiness is a vibration, and the field responds to vibration. The activation of the field begins inside your body. Your breath shifts your nervous system. Your posture shifts your psychology. Your focus shifts your identity. If you want to change your frequency, you must first change where you pay attention. Focus is a choice. Attention is currency. Wherever you invest, it grows. Fear grows when you feed it. Doubt grows when you nurse it. Power grows when you choose it. Confidence grows when you practice it. Gratitude grows when you honor it. You do not activate the field by fighting the old pattern. You activate the field by feeding the new one. Imagine a version of you that already has the life you desire. That version thinks differently. That version behaves differently. That version sends a different signal into the field. You must tune into that frequency. You must act like that version now, even if it feels unfamiliar, even if it feels uncomfortable, Change always begins where comfort ends. Confidence is not a feeling. Confidence is a decision. Power is not found. Power is claimed. The field cannot activate what you do not claim. So claim what is yours. Claim the identity that fits the future calling your name. Claim the courage that has been waiting beneath your fear. Claim the worthiness that has always been true. Claim the right to expand beyond every limitation you once obeyed. You activate the field through coherent alignment, thought, emotion, behavior. When these three agree, the field responds instantly. When you think success, feel fear, and behave with hesitation, the field receives a scrambled signal. But when you think success, feel deserving, and behave boldly, the field has no choice. It must align with your frequency. There is no greater power in your life than the moment these three match. Now feel the truth of this. You are not asking reality to change. You are commanding it. You are not hoping for alignment. You are generating it. You are not waiting for a sign. You are broadcasting one. The field does not require perfection. It requires consistency. Identity is built through repetition. Frequency is stabilized through practice. Alignment strengthens each time you choose the new pattern instead of the old one. Your future self is not far away. It is one decision repeated enough times that your reality can no longer ignore it. Every night, the field rewrites you. Every morning, you rise as a new pattern. And each day you are given a choice. Repeat the frequency of yesterday or activate the frequency of tomorrow. Transformation does not begin when everything feels ready. Transformation begins when you decide to move first. The field tests your devotion. It waits for evidence that you are serious. It watches your patterns. It listens to your consistency. When it knows you have chosen a new direction, it releases the path, not before. Some days you will feel powerful. Some days you will feel lost. Both are part of activation. The old identity will resist. It will argue for the familiar. It will whisper the same excuses. It will ask you to stay small. That is the signal that you are close. The pattern fights hardest before it breaks. Do not slow down when fear rises. That is the precise moment to accelerate. You are a conductor of the field. Your attention shapes the wave. Your belief amplifies the signal. Your action collapses possibility into reality. You are the mechanism. You are the cause. You are the activating force. Hold your hand on your heart. Feel the pulse. That is not just biology. That is the field moving through you. That is the ocean rising into a wave. That is the signal of life becoming form. Let this be your command. Repeat silently with intention. I am the field, not the fear. I am the field, not the doubt. I am the field, not the history. I am the field. And I activate it now. Say it again. With breath, with certainty, with identity. I am the field. Feel the shift. Feel the expansion. Feel the alignment. Your nervous system is reorganizing. The field is listening. The wave is rising. Each step you take from this moment forward is a declaration. Each breath is a message. Each choice is a signature written into the fabric of reality. You are programming the field with every moment of presence. Walk like your future is already real. Speak like your power has already arrived. Think like the universe is responding to you. Because it is. The field has always been responding to you. The difference now is that you are finally responding back. Identity has awakened. The frequency has been chosen. The field is activated. Welcome to the moment your wave becomes conscious of the ocean. Welcome to the life that was waiting for you to command it. Welcome to the version of you that knows what you are. You are the field in motion. You are the pattern in evolution. You are the activation itself. And the universe is already rearranging for your arrival.